Cool. I'll check that
And going back to Rimac, so right now the biggest news that came out is his Concept 2, which is a model that they were working on for years now. They renamed it and they finally have it finished. It's, I think, almost complete now. They're still doing some crash testing and trying to do like finishing tweaks, but they will, I think, produce about 100 of them. So it will be like the first hypercar mass manufacturing electric supercar, right?
Right.
So that's
and you say they renamed it. What do you mean?
They renamed it from Concept 2 to Nevera.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Nevera is the creation word for storm, a specific storm that kind of reminds, like, you know, in Ireland here, you're walking and it's sunny, and then 10 minutes later, you're in the middle of a rain shower. That happens in Croatia as well at the coast, but it's not like a nice rain like here in Ireland. It's like a bloody storm with thunder and wind, and it's not pleasant to be in a Nevera. And it kind of comes out of nowhere as well.
Right.
So they took that element and
hopefully not the not pleasant element.
Yeah. The car is supposed to be super pleasant to be in. I kind of looked at how they designed it, and it just looks amazing. It's very futuristic. One of the things that they did is, you know how Tesla has a cube-shaped battery, or brick-shaped battery, better said. Rimac designed this battery to be more like T-shaped, and the broader part of it is in the back, so there's more weight there, and the middle part that goes forward actually freed up space for the seats to be placed lower. Right. And that's where they gain the sporty element of the car.
So there's probably like almost like a transition, or not a transmission tunnel effect. Like in a regular gas car, you have that hump down the center where the transmission from the engine comes to the back wheels.
Yes, it kind of looks like that.
I see. Okay.
One of the specs that it said that's very interesting, and that they said was one of the best elements of the car, is that they have 4 motors, so on each wheel, one of them. Wow. And the software behind the car is analyzing everything coming from the wheels and everything, so it's super responsive in turns, and it has a drift.
Road holding would be really good then.
Yes, since it's lower.
But also it's what would you call it? It's trimming the acceleration per motor to kind of hug the
grip
road.
it. Yeah. They have like a few knobs in the car. They didn't want to do like the Tesla where it's like a smartphone screen. They put a few knobs so you kind of have the kinesthetic touch of like turning a big knob. And one of them is for switching driving mode. So you have like a normal city drive. You have the crazy ludicrous mode, of course. And one of them is drift mode, where the sensors on the wheels are like super advanced, and you can really do like high level drifts, even if you're not a very experienced driver, because the car kind of helps you correct itself back. And
that's amazing, because it's like conceptually the inverse of what you'd expect that technology to be used for. That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah. So some of the stats from Nevera are even more crazy than Concept 1. It has 1,914 horsepower. So they almost doubled it from the Concept 1. And
that's the horsepower of like a battalion in World War One.
It's not a car anymore. It's a jet plane.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous. It's it looks amazing. The first video actually that I saw of it was a Ferrari F1 racing a Nevera, and
good luck, Ferrari.
The Ferrari driver was actually very enthusiastic and full of confidence in the trademark of the car and all of that, and it didn't turn out well for the Ferrari. Let's just put it like that. You see, you know the videos that you were showing me a while back with Tesla just like shooting up. It's like that with a Ferrari, and you watch the video and you can't believe it. And you're like, what is going on? Like, how fast is this? It's crazy. It has
The
even
video,
longer range.
the video that comes to mind is the one of the Model X beating I think it was an Audi sports car,
Mhm.
and when the camera zooms out, the Model X is actually passing by the Audi while pulling a trailer with another Audi on the back.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
Uh, um, but yeah, amazing car. Anyone who sat in it says it's like nothing that they ever drove before. And Mate Rimac describes that after driving that, like he doesn't feel the need to buy another car because nothing could excite him to the level that this does. And yeah,
It's funny that in the interview that I watched with him, they were sort of walking around his garage looking at the cars that he had, talking
mhm.
about the cars that he had bought, and they're all like, BMW road cars, and like not what you'd expect a billionaire. Well, I don't know, is he a billionaire, but a car company CEO to own. And the interviewer says to him, like, I'm noticing that you don't have any of your own cars here. And he's like, yeah, no, I can't afford them.
Yeah,
They're too
yeah,
expensive.
yeah. He actually doesn't own the so we watched the same video, and the Concept 2 car that's there in the back, it's not his, so it's owned by the company. So he didn't buy it for himself because right now he's still in the serious grind mode, and every dollar, every euro goes back into the company. So he really wants to raise it to a higher level. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.